Okay, test number 6. It's the trunk stability push-up. Yeah, for some reason they say you got to do this test in the kitchen. I don't know what that's all about, but we had a little change of venue here. Anyway, trunk stability push-up. The trunk stability push-up, some people think that it's a strength test. And really, all we're doing is a 1 repetition push-up test. And what we're testing here isn't strength, but we're testing a thing called reflex stabilization. And what that is when you initiate a pushing motion from your chest, your thoracic spine, your scapulas, the lumbar spine, and your hips all have to stabilize reflexively. Okay? If they stabilize reflexively, what you see is the push-up goes from flat on the floor to the push-up position. If they don't fire reflexively, if the stability isn't there, you can see the low back sag before you get up into the push-up position. You could see the hips, one hip drop down when you're in the push-up position, or as you push up, only one hip comes up and the other one can't make it up. Or you could see a situation where the first hip comes up and then the second hip comes up. All of those are failure of reflex stabilization. The other thing that you could see is this in the scapula. The scapula, when you're pushing up, your scapula are protracted. That means they're pulled around your back just a little bit. But if in the push-up position, when a person pushes up and the scapulas retract, instead of that nice protracted position, you're going to have a position like this. Okay? So that's the third thing you got to look for. Any of those things happen, the reflex stabilization is not firing. Now, the other thing that's part of this test is the hand position when you're in the starting position for the push-up. For men, the hand position are the thumbs being right even with the forehead. For women, the starting position are the thumbs right even with the chin. Now, if you can't perform this test from that starting position, for the men, it moves from the forehead down to the chin. And for the women, it moves from the chin down to the shoulders. Of course, if you have to do that, changing that position, you got to take a point away from the perfect score, even if they can do the push-up perfectly. But they had to change their hand position, they're going to lose a point. All right? So anyway, that's a little hint there. You can keep that in mind. Anyway, let's give a crack at the trunk stability push-up test. All right? Okay. You always start from the down position, like this. Thumbs have to be even with your forehead. You get your toes tucked. I don't know if you can see them. You get your toes tucked right underneath, and it's one motion like that. Okay? Now I'll do that lengthwise so you can check the hip motion with it. Okay? Get in your starting position like this. Tuck those toes underneath, and one motion just like that. Okay. All right, you go ahead, score the trunk stability push-up test. Almost forgot, sorry. At the end of the trunk stability push-up test, there's a clearing test. And this clearing test is a back pain test. All right? And what the clearing test is, it looks a lot like a cobra yoga position. But what you do is, you just get down here, you just push up like this. Let your back, your low back extend. If there's pain in this clearing test, the whole test gets scored as a 0. Alright? So don't forget that. Alright, trunk stability push-up. Score it.